Hi guys, today I'm going to be giving you a little tutorial on how to play Transport Tycoon. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, let's start with a little map. Well, not a little one, a fairly large one I suppose. Now I'm putting this at the 1st of January 2000, but that's just because I like my technology. Okay, so let's generate a new map. Now, this is basically a flat map, flat land as I like to call it. Minimal industries, maximum towns, and huge towns. That's just the way that I like it. You can set your own settings if you like. The settings are found under advanced settings and game settings in the menu. This looks like a good place to start, so let's start here. Open your railroad construction menu. Set yourself a bit of an area to put in your first railroad. Just have one track to begin with, like that. And do the same at the other end. Now we want to join them together. Just straight down to about there. And across to here. Put in one of these at either end. You put it at either end because otherwise sometimes they won't drop off their stuff, and what they'll do is they'll just go in between. They'll go to one end and then they'll come all the way back just so that they can get a service, and you don't want that to happen. I mean, I'm sure you don't want that to happen. Alright, passengers. I usually put this as 6 and 2. Oh, that's too many. Alright, actually one more mail car. And send it here. Go to there. I've got my orders set to non-stop by default. And you tell it full load and full load. And away you go. And that's just one. So let's actually make another one somewhere. That'll do. Just put in the thing. Whoops. We'll put a monorail in this time. And down to about here. Put it in like that, and let's just, why you stupid thing, let's just put this back. I'm failing hardcore today. All the way up. I need more cash. Borrow money. Borrow. More. Give me more money. I want more money. More money. Alright, let's try that again. All the way up this way. Keep going. And that looks about right there. So we go to here. Like that. Like that. Now you can do this with any industry. I just like passengers. This is really the basic way of doing it. I'm going to show you a couple of advanced techniques in a moment, once I've got a line up and running. Alright, now new vehicles, one of those. Put that up to 5.5 and 3 mail cars. Go to here and go to here and set full load and full load and tell it to go. Boing. Love that sound. Now he'll just load up, and it will load pretty quickly because there's a lot of passengers there at the moment. Anyway, this is how I run my rail lines. What I do is I run a dual track with a single station like this, and I find this to be the most efficient method. I mean, other people, it says that the efficiency of this method is about 55%, but when it actually comes down to it, it makes more money than anything else. So this is the way that I do it. I mean, I've seen people building so many different ways, and I just find that this is the best method that I've ever come up with. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to have one going in and one coming out. And I think that I've just stuffed that up because that guy's got to go across the track that way. Alright, like that. Like that. There we go. Alright. Just put them in this way for time being. See how fast he goes. Here's Speedy Gonzalez. Here's Flash Gordon. Here's Flash Gordon. Speedy Gonzalez. Whoa. There we go. They always slow down when they reach a curve like that. Now the trick to this is that you set your settings to realistic, and the trains will actually move at a realistic speed. If you don't have it set realistic, then they slow down every single time they come to a hill, and it's just painful to watch. It's just really painful. So anyway, set your settings to realistic and you won't have any problems. Alright. Now I've got one guy on the track and I've got a dual track. So let's clone him. Just clone the train and it makes an exact copy of that train with the exact same orders. And you can see that there's like 2,000 people here already and 244 bags of mail, so I'll make it even another one. If you set your tracks up like this, trains never crash into each other. I wonder if I can build another one. Yes, I can. Good. And that is basically how it's done. And as I said, you can do this with any industry. The way that I do it with industries is slightly different. You select your industry directory, you sort by production, and the one with the highest production is where you put your thing, except you don't set it up like this. You set it up with a full load at either end. You set it up with a full load at the station, the coal mine or the ore mine or whatever it is, and you leave one train in the station all the time loading. So if you have 3 trains on the track and you have to use 3 trains, then that's fine, just use 3 trains. Sometimes you use 4 or 5 if you're running it a long way. But generally it's 2 or 3 that you have on the track at any one time. And if you're constantly collecting, this is what I think happens anyway, if you're constantly collecting from a mine or something, the production actually goes up, so you'll find that you'll have to add more trains over time. Anyway, that's my little short tutorial on Transport Tycoon. Have fun.